Number one is emotionally, you know, you just have to be patient, but find a way that really suits you. Whenever you get a good setup, just try, You never know if you can get 1 to 10 like me.
What's up, traders? Welcome back to another TFT interview. My name is Kenta, and today we're joined with Andrew. He's funded with us $50K, and he's actually got a $13K payout with us. Welcome, Andrew. How you doing today, bro?
Thank you, Kenta. Nice to meet you. I'm great. It's early morning.
Well, I'm interested. You're from Indonesia, correct?
Yes.
How did you get into trading?
So-called the Coronian era. So due to Corona and there's a lot of things going on, everything just went down, and then looking for options. Yeah, I started at the end of 2020, early 2021. Just learned from the internet. That's it. Went through shares. I went to Bitcoins, and then now Forex, and then start to know about firms at the end of last year, just before Christmas. Yeah. So that's the journey.
Nice. So you've been in the game for what, 2-3 years?
Almost, yeah. Maybe the third year anniversary now.
Okay, awesome. And are you like a solo trader, or did you get started with some friends? Like, how did it all start with that?
No, I'm just alone at home, just doing this.
Do you have a job outside of trading? Like, what were you doing before you started trading?
I have like a health and beauty business. Yeah, just partnering with some company, and then do a little bit of teaching. Like I'm a Mandarin teacher as well.
For trading or for something else?
Like a language teacher.
Oh, for language. Okay, cool. What part of Indonesia are you from?
In Jakarta.
Jakarta. Nice. I visited Bali and Java before for surfing. It's pretty cool.
We're in Java. Jakarta is in Java. Some people doesn't know that Bali is in it.
That's right. You're right.
Some people think Bali is another country,
It's a bunch of islands though, right?
Yes.
I want to kind of dive into your strategy, like how you got to, this payout. Like, how did you, get to the payout? So would you be willing to share your screen and maybe go over some of the last few trades, a little bit about your strategy?
Yeah. Basically, I just trade. Like yesterday, there was this, like, what do you call it? A reversal. I think it's going to be a reversal from a bigger time frame. This is a 15 minutes time frame, right?
That was CPI this morning, correct?
I think I want to share with you a little bit from the daily time frame first. Actually, I went to monthly first. I mean, USD/JPY, I suspect is bullish. I suspect that it's going to have a bounce there. Okay, let's go to the weekly. It's already a first bounce here. Okay, let's go to the daily. So I was literally waiting for that. But then there was light false break a little bit up there. Actually, it was just nice. Yeah, somewhere there. So I was looking for this double top. So I was waiting for that. There's a double top again. As you zoom into the 1 hour, I guess the 4 hours first. There's another double top here. If you can see here, 4 hours itself. So it's a confirmation. Well, usually I start to trade a little bit speculative when it comes to the top like this. So I just give it a try and like small volume, quite tight, quite at the top, Yeah, a little bit frustrating sometimes when you see the bounce over here and then it goes back up. We were just wondering whether it is
right.
Is it gonna go down or not? But then this edge is helping us, like I'm not very good with this because I'm learning on my own language, I mean, at least there is a 4 hours first bounce. This is just doing a confirmation on this one. I would even do the first one, which is a bit risky, which I don't recommend. But since there is a second one, I do get to learn from my own trade. Sometimes you cannot put like stop loss too near.
Yeah.
So as the trade starts to break here, it's more confident that this thing is according to our plan. Like, this is going down.
You're a swing trader.
Yes.
You got in at that first break, like that first 4 hour candle that broke down. Did you enter a sell on that first candle that broke down?
I do a lot of position. Sometimes
okay.
I even zoom into 5 minutes. You see, sometimes even like, let's go to the 15 minutes. Yeah. Sometimes you cannot see when you are at the 4 hours. I like to trade pullback as well sometimes. Yeah. Something like a little one like this. I also put like small position, like 0.1%. So $50 stop loss.
Okay.
See how this thing pull back over here, like there. So when it pulls back right here, there is a sweet spot to get like 1:5, 1:10, sometimes 1:15,
So your risk management, like, because you made 13,000 off of 50K account. So what's your risk management look like? Is it a certain amount of pips that you're risking, the $50, or like what is?
I mean, based on a lot of what I heard from the traders, they usually risk about 1% to 2%. Sometimes I can't stand if I don't trade. Like a little bit movement, I like to put position in. But based on my past, like my mistakes, I cannot be too hyped. Sometimes I have to be rational in terms of my risk management. When it comes to like 5 minutes time frame, I only risk 0.1%. If I see a pullback, let's say in like a 1 hour or 15 minutes, I'm willing to risk 0.2%.
Are you risking that amount for a really long move, or are you risking that amount for like, are you holding that thing till it goes like 1 to 15 R, or like what's exactly your risk management as far as like your take profit?
Usually the take profit is the total amount of target that is needed from the funded trader. Because I will keep on adding position as I see nicer and nicer setup.
You're basically trying to catch like a really big move, but you're willing to risk a little bit every time and go that direction.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, so you're stacking as it's going in your direction, you're stacking more positions until you can pass the challenge, basically.
That's right. So a lot of like 0.1% to 0.2%, but add up to 1.5% in the end.
That's awesome. I like that. So you're basically like, kind of show me on the charts like where you were adding positions and like why you were adding positions. Like,
yeah, because sometimes it pulls back right here, right? It went down here and it hits the support and went back up here. I might have sell in the first part here, but then I saw it's coming even closer to the resistance, so I add some more here. But my stop loss is still here. You see, when it comes down here, it have this small pullback. I will even put another one here, like something like that.
And every position you have your stop loss above that last high, and you're risking about 0.1, 0.2.
No. Let's say I have one that is a little bit loose, like here. But for like little ones like this, which I have $50 stop loss, which is the 0.1%. Let's say it pulls back here, then I will put the stop loss quite tight, like where the pullback. So the stop loss will be just right here. Yeah, because I know that this one looks quite premium area. So if you put the Fibonacci retracement to the most top here, this area alone is already around 0.78%. It's based on feeling, sometimes this is good enough.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, based on my trade record, in the funded trader, my winning rate is only 30%.
But the wins you have are like big wins.
Big wins, yes.
Did you catch that whole move all the way to the bottom? Like, where did you exit and pass the challenge?
I passed my challenge, my second challenge on the 21st, which is around here. You see at the bottom?
Yeah, that's where you passed it?
I think pretty much first phase half around the top and second phase half around the bottom here. Yeah, so 1 week each. So I passed the first phase around 7 days. 7 days including weekends, so 5 days.
That's awesome. That's incredible that you held, like you're able to enter trades with small risk, but hold them for that long. Because that's like 2 weeks.
I'm ready for that because I know, okay, once I get my setup, I will sit on it. And I'll just keep moving my stop loss down and down, especially when it has this break like this, and then it pulls back, and I'll just keep myself calm, maybe my stop loss will be just here.
Okay.
So waiting for the pullback and then enjoy another break, yeah. My stop loss here until it has this reversal. But I think by the end of the reversal, before it has reversed, I already passed my challenge. I got my live account. But sometimes the pullback is a little bit tricky, I know that you see around this area here, there is the last support that becomes resistance.
Yeah, right.
If you look around this area, starts to play around triple top, something like that. Then I'm about to get ready to get my funded account money around here, I think.
You took sells again.
Yeah, because I know that this whole area is gonna go down as in the big time frame. because there's the double top and everything. Sometimes it's a little bit frustrating to wait, like some of the sideway move.
What's the longest you've held a trade for? Like a month? Like how long have you held it?
As you know, I passed my challenge around 7 days, right? Because there's a lot of little positions, sometimes in the 5 minutes, sometimes in the 15 minutes, sometimes in the 1 hour. So all of them adding together, that's probably the one that helps to pass the challenge fast.
Yeah, so you like risk 0.1, 0.2% on the trade. How many trades total did you put? Like, do you stop at a certain like risk? Like, all right, I'm at like 1.5 or 2% risk max. Like I have 10 positions on right now. Like, do you stop at a certain point, or do you just move your stop loss and like keep like a certain amount of risk? Like, how do you approach that?
Basically the daily breach amount. Try to maximize if it's nearing half, let's say 2.5% for the day. I'm already trying to stop. Yeah, done for the day. That means my mind is not there.
Like, was there any point during the challenge when you were like down, like, I don't know, 5% on the account, or like what was the max that you were, draw down before,
This is not the first time I joined. I failed, I think twice before this one. After my birthday, I thought I had a good luck, but then it turns the other way around. It was.
That's pretty good though. Failed 2 challenges, passed the third, and then get a payout. So you already made back your money for the first 2 challenges. That's awesome. Do you just trade US dollar versus the yen, or do you trade any other pairs?
Last time I used to mix around, like, oil, gold, and everything. But, I learned from myself, like, I think in the end, I still get to focus one, because you tend to understand the movement more. I used to trade gold, but maybe gold a little bit unfriendly with me recently. So this is the one that gives me the most profit.
How do you calculate your risk? Like, do you use like a risk calculator, or do you just do it in your head?
Roughly, especially with the recent update from MetaTrader 5, where the stop loss, you can actually see the dollar. And I have problem calculating the pips and the amount of dollar it is. Like,
You could see it on the computer, but you couldn't see it on your phone.
Yes, I even wanted to buy like a laptop, but that is like a tab, just for the sake of having this MetaTrader that I can see the dollar amount.
Yeah.
But luckily, just I think a few months back, right? Not long ago, right? It was the biggest update, So it's very important to see the dollar. I miscalculate the pips, and then suddenly it's another 10 times. It's gonna be dangerous.
Are you looking? So you have the trend line set up like on the higher time frames, and then you're looking at you're like, okay, I'm on the monthly. We're starting to break down. I'm only gonna look for sells, and then are you looking for sells once it gets back to like close to the trend line, and then it's pulling back? Like, how do you decide when you're gonna enter these trades?
Mostly, I just look for pullbacks.
Pullbacks, okay.
And again, I try to follow the trend itself. At the moment, this one, although overall bullish in terms of monthly or yearly, this one is bouncing on the first monthly with the first spike. So this is the second. Maybe I'll wait until this one goes around 60 to 78% in terms of the monthly area.
Yeah.
Then I will start to see the buy again.
Cool. So you're looking at things from like a bigger perspective, right? Like a higher time frames. Are you taking entries on the 15-minute or on the 5-minute? Like
both 5 minutes and 15 minutes and 1 hour.
And then you're taking these 0.1, 0.2% risk trades, you're stacking them up, and then you're going in the direction of the trend. What else am I missing here? Is it that simple?
Yeah, I'm that simple because I'm self-taught. I mean, I try to follow, but I can't really follow people like with all these indicators. I tried many times, but it doesn't click. I think the best for me is breakouts and pullbacks and confirmation, a price action confirmation. If bouncing around the area, and
You're also using a Fib tool, correct? Like the Fibonacci tool?
Yes, Fibonacci tool. Sometimes, let's say there's a dump like this. I use the Fibonacci from the last one here before it breaks. So where it hits the 0.6 area, 78% area here. This is the last one, right? Like, let's say here. So this is the 60%, 70% area. This is considered the premium area. Sometimes I'm a little bit impatient. I start taking it from here. I start taking from here, and I start taking here, and then, it's still going up. But then my stop loss will be here.
So you're taking 0.2% risk like up there.
Yeah.
You're really taking like, that's a huge, like gap from above the top. And you're only risking 0.2, right?
Oh, sorry. For this kind of gap, maybe I take more because I know it's going to be a long way.
How much do you think?
Maybe I'm willing to take about almost 1%.
Really? Okay. 1% from up there.
From here, from let's say the 60%, yeah. So I know that will be my last throw. If it's like going back up here to the big break, then I say, okay, this is not good. But then at the same time, when the trade start to turn over here, this is when I start to do a lot of little positioning. Yeah.
You said you put positions in early, like you've put it around like the 0.618. Once it starts to break down, do you bring the risk, like the stop loss down to the high, or like do you move your stop loss to make your risk lower?
John, I don't. I will just put it here still until this one starts to break like this. Then I will start to move it here. Yeah, room to breathe because I don't want to see my MT4, MT5 has no trade at all. I'm just the kind of person, I just cannot stand having no trade.
Yeah, okay.
But then I start to play around a lot here like this. I start to speculate a bit when it comes to 78% here. You see how it bounced 3 times. You see, even this one has a liquidity sweep. Sometimes I get stop out like that, When it starts to break this one here, it has double top and then it starts to break, I start to risk a little bit more, like 0.2. Because this is a better setup than that one, which is when the top is risky, you might keep going up.
Once it breaks structure to the downside, that's when you start adding more.
Yes.
And you keep your stop loss right above that liquidity sweep?
Yes, for this one here. When it comes to around here, it pulls back again, then it'll be another new position here. And I will have a lot of position because I keep entering here and then entering here, something like that.
Yeah, so you'll have maybe like 10, 20 positions or something?
Usually about 5 to 10.
That's not too bad. Like 5 to 10 positions pretty good.
5 to 10 because some of them got stop up. Yeah, because sometimes when I raise about 0.1, 0.2 and I get 1 to 10, I get 2%.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
2% for one position.
Right, for one position. That's crazy. You're risking 0.2% and then you're getting 2% for one position. You're looking at things from like a monthly, weekly, daily, but you're also looking at it sort of from like this perspective on like a 15-minute perspective, but like a big chart with like the big move. You have the Fibonacci set up and you're like you're getting in at a discount. Like I like that. That's awesome.
The good thing about this one, let's say this particular one, is this pullback is around the break as well, the big break here.
You see it pull up and you're like, okay, I'm going to get in more positions here because this is where I think it's going to turn around. Like it hasn't taken out the highs. It's underneath this level of resistance right now, and it's underneath this trend line. So you're looking to start selling to put more positions in, basically. You're always keeping in mind the risk of your daily loss limit. You're making sure that.
There is a big watch for me. When you get to a lot of profit, it's also another challenge, because you still have to keep watch of that.
Yeah, right. Because once you're up in profit, you're like, okay, I don't want to lose all this profit either. So I have to like make sure I'm managing this correctly. So as long as you're in profit, like you can risk the profit.
Yes.
Got it. So you have the Fibonacci from that high to the low of the big move. Do you also use the Fibonacci on the smaller moves as well?
So let's say this one here. This pullback also.
Okay.
60%, right?
Yep. 60%. Yep. The 618. Yeah.
When it starts to have this pump, like this, there is a pump. Then I start to pull the Fibonacci.
Okay. And you start to say, okay, let's see where I can get into more sell positions.
Yeah.
Now that you're live funded, what's your like goal? What do you aim to achieve percentage wise? Because, before it was like, okay, I have to reach 8% or I have to reach 5%. Like now that you're funded, what do you aim for with your trades?
The thing is, I don't want to be greedy, That's the biggest enemy to myself. I'm sure to other trader as well. I mean, I just keep doing my best, at least to follow whatever setup it is and getting a maximum. There's no exact number, but of course you try to do better than before. But I know what I did was because I look at the leaders board. I don't know about the 80% one, but the last time before I achieved my close to 30%, there's somebody doing 40% or something. But even that, I think, wow, that is wow for me already,
Yeah, that's incredible if someone, is actually achieving that with proper risk management, right?
But then in the end, I get to reach, closer to that area. I'm already overwhelmed by myself. So because even the examination, the phase 1, phase 2 target is only 5%. I'm already doing like at least more than twice the target, especially for the funded account. I think it's very nice. I mean, I'm still getting a little bit of the hype. That's the thing I feel is most dangerous, when you are a little bit hyped.
Yeah, definitely.
Overconfident or too overexcited, keep listening to actually all the podcasts from the founder trader is really helpful, very grateful to hear, from all the traders. I get it from my MF, my Forex fund before, but then this is the biggest one. And that's why I was a little bit agitated to, when I got the profit.
Definitely. I mean, it makes sense.
Anxious. I was very anxious, especially when all the others keep saying, don't profit too much, otherwise you won't get paid for doing it wrong. It's also a worry.
No, I mean, it sounds like you're doing it right, man. You're making sure you're managing your risk properly. Yeah, I mean, you're taking 0.2%, 1% risk here, whatever, but like you're managing it and you're holding your trades for, like these longer moves. I mean, I think you're doing it right, man. I'm impressed, honestly.
I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about the payout. Some traders from the online, from YouTube say, try not to, profit too much. Especially I have issue with the pass, like the MFF. Actually, I also passed the FTMO, but then they have issue with Indonesian regulation. In the middle of my examination, the phase 1, passed the first time, and then they don't send me the password at all for the second one. I was wondering what happened. Then that issue came out. It was like very, very, very difficult time for me. Once I got hit by that MMF, then after that, it's not just about the money I want but it's just the one after the other. It comes after one, mentally tiring. Like I was really beaten up, but not willing to give up.
Well, you're here now, bro. You got paid out, and you're doing a great job, bro. So show me now. What are you looking at now? Like, what's your analysis on US JPY now? Because we just had CPI come out, it shot up, and then now it's pulling back. Like, what's your thought process here? Do you think we're gonna break this trend line, go down, or you think we're moving back up?
This is the first big pullback that I saw. So from here, I'm looking to keep on going down because this is nowhere near the bottom yet. As you can see, I have my Fibonacci again here.
Okay, cool. So this is kind of like your thought process here. I see.
Yeah, you see my bar pattern. So I hope this goes this way, something like that.
Got it. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, usually it's not this tidy, right? I'm just trying to make myself happy. I hope it goes that way.
So you're still looking to sell. Like during this whole time that it was going down, did you ever buy, or were you just focused on sells only?
I never buy when it comes to trend that's going down. And especially I looking at the last break here. You see I put the red area here, 60% area. Because I thought the first one was the one, but then it came out as a liquidity sweep yesterday. Well, I don't know what happened. I'm not into the news. I think this will be the final sweep. I think it's about to hit this trend line as well. It's coming down now. There's this support here. I probably wait for it to bounce a little bit more here. Try to have a killer entry around this area later on, maybe next week or something.
Do you also have kill zones on there? Like, do you only enter during certain times, or do you enter whenever?
No. I used to follow one of these YouTuber. They say, "Oh, use this, use that." In the end, I don't use it. It was the past.
As long as the price is in an area that you want it to be in, you'll enter the positions. It doesn't matter what time it is.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I love that. That's cool. So it's definitely a different approach. I like how simple it is, though. I love how simple with the trend lines, the support resistance, higher time frames, and then also an emphasis on risk management. That's literally as simple as it gets. I love that.
Thank you. I'm still learning though.
I'm learning, man. We're all learning, man. But this is all a process, right? That's awesome. So what about your goals, big picture here? Are you trying to get more funding? Are you staying in Indonesia? Are you going to move? What's your plan?
Actually, since this is about to help other traders, because this so-called game, it takes a lot of mentality, stability, sometimes I get to blame, oh, because of this, because of that, I fail and all that, you know. It's just basically I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't like stable enough as a man in terms of trading. Sometimes when you're a child, you keep blaming like because this happened and because of something, right? I used to do that, like, oh, because somebody is creating noise, then I fail.
Oh, yeah. You're blaming others. You're making excuses before.
There was one time last year when I was started my prom journey. I was traveling, and then I keep looking at my chart, and then it was disturbing to the whole family and all that, you know. And now I don't really do it anymore because I know my setup and then just leave it. But then when I fail that time, there's a lot of noise. Like you shouldn't do this anymore. This is not real, or it's a waste of time. You know, sometimes I hope this thing can help the others. Like don't give up because you know yourself best. Even though you do it right, sometimes not because of you, you lose your account. Like lose your time actually more.
Yeah, for sure. You lose a lot of time.
A lot of patience, a lot of patience. I can keep going on and on a lot of this misery, just one after the other. But never give up. You know, I'm lucky, and I hope that this thing keep going on with Honda Trader because the right trader has to meet the right platform, right, the right company. You know, because we don't have much capital, honestly, for myself, and then we are lucky to have people like Honda Traders, the right firm, especially to support the right trader because we really want to be successful and we want to change our life, and hopefully you guys can help change a lot of other people's life as well, which is great, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a great opportunity right now for sure. Like a lot of people say, like this is like the easiest time to trade right now. Like, you know, there's no time limits. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can take your time with these challenges, and if you pass and you get to the funded phase and you start getting payouts, like, you know, and you're with the right firm, then yeah, you can change your life. You can start making some money, and I think it's a really great opportunity.
Yeah, because for me it's like one after the other for the whole year, basically from December to December. So I'm lucky that this December, my first anniversary, we got the nice payout just the end of 2023. And my request button was literally before Christmas. It was really frustrating to keep waiting for so long. You know, I keep messaging. I think one of them is you. I was like, when is the payout? Is the payout? And especially this is the first time I went through the crypto network. So I was anxious.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, like I said, it has went through a lot. You know, the exams, the phase 1, phase 2, many companies, and then even when you're at the profit, you still have to worry whether this company is going to pay or not.
How did it feel? How did it feel when you got your payout? Like, what's that feeling like?
Undescribable, like, you know, big sigh like that.
Great.
I mean, after a long time, I mean, you can say the whole year fight, it's finally something real out, you know.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And now, like, how recent was that?
I think I got my payout on the 29th of December.
Okay, so recent, very recent.
Actually, I was trying to buy something a lot of you know, because of the payout. I tried to spend a little bit for people around me. Okay, Christmas, I'm gonna, you know, get it.
That's amazing.
But then it doesn't come out on Christmas or before Christmas, you know, like, oh,
You're like, oh no, like I hope this thing hits.
yeah, I hope this thing is real. Because I keep sharing with especially my children, you know, like I wanted to buy them something for a long time. I say, oh no, it's not out yet. It's not out yet. It's not out yet. I was like, yeah, also, I'm done with all the story of the hardship now, even though it's very long. I'm just trying to help the other traders, hopefully, with all this little story. Don't give up. But then, like, with the next goal, of course, I'm trying to slowly build it up, you know. I think reaching the 7-figure is not hard. The most important thing is the method. Is your method stable enough for the growth? I can just buy account from my commission, right? I just want to make sure, solidify, like, is my method really working or not? Because this current one, the one that I just got it recently about October time when I got the big phase. And then I start to stabilize because first phase, second phase, and then the life challenge, all the same method. That's when I found out this is mine. Because in the beginning, I still keep juggling, you know, like, I'm trying to get from the smaller time frame. Sometimes I'm trying to get the bigger time frame. I don't know whether it's right. Sometimes I'm not patient enough. So now I have a hybrid method. So I trade both sides, like the big one and the small one too.
Okay, nice.
That's why I got the stack up, right? The stack, yeah.
Like what you showed me was like a higher time frame method.
The biggest one is 1 hour. I just keep a little bit to the 4 hours, and then I go back to the one, and then start to zoom in to 15 to 5. I tried to do one, but wasn't successful. Like it's too jumpy. I hope I can join the 7-figure funded traders. Like,
I think, you know, a lot of traders are in a very similar position. It's just that not a lot of traders get to that position. You know, it takes discipline and a lot of time. It takes a lot of time for you to just get in there and really figure out your own way and figure out like your own psychology.
you know, even my social trader, even though it's still new, like not much follower, I even name myself Calm Cool Trader just to keep myself.
Cool trader. Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone wants to follow, it's fine. Instagram and TikTok.
His Instagram and TikTok is Calm Cool Trader, guys. I'll find you on Instagram, buddy.
There's a little bit of journey there, and then I just posted. But recently, I didn't really post much because I'm trying to focus on this one, this last one.
Cool. So your goal is to get on the 7-figure trader. So you have a family out in Indonesia and you're out in Jakarta. Like, dude, I'm going to come out. Next time I come out to Indonesia, I'm going to come say hi, dude. We're going to get some food and hang out.
Yeah, I'm looking for like a trader's family, you know, like maybe one day. I don't know. I keep asking about the other firm. Is there like a gathering? Because I used to join this marketing company, you know, because we usually have trips, you know, together.
Like MLMs or something. You're talking about like with TFT?
Yeah, but from my multi-level marketing company, we used to have that kind of gathering, you know.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Then we get to meet the other leader as well. We learn
right
this family bonding thing.
Yeah. Meet some other traders and get to like have some conversations in person and stuff, right?
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of, you know, sharing. Yeah, it would be nice during the holiday. Like,
definitely. You know, you kind of touched on, you know, a little bit of talking to the audience, you know, the trader that's out there that's having a hard time, you know, he's not being able to pass, like he was in a similar position to you, you know, he's struggling right now. Like, what are those few things that you think that would help this person, you know, in their journey?
Number one is emotionally, you know, you just have to be patient. I mean, you learn a lot from the online gurus, right? From many ways, basically. There's a lot of sources, but find a way that really suits you and it's reliable to you, and keep doing it. Make sure try many times that, you know, and you get a result out of it. And never be greedy. Be rational in terms of your money management. Like, really count on it. You know, sometimes your eyes might play up with you. Really find that number and be patient. Yeah, that's the key. Whenever you get a good setup, just try, you know. You never know if you can get 1 to 10 like me.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think it'd be easier to hold a 1 to 10 trade if you're only risking, you know, each position's only like 0.1, 0.2%. Because, you know, if you're over leveraging, how are you going to be able to hold a trade for that long?
Maybe one more thing is like when you're at a loss, like the drawdown, sometimes people put a bigger size. It's like by myself, it's a big mistake. I think that falls under the revenge trading because people is trying to get back fast, right? So that is my fault back then, you know. And the mindset is like that also, you know. Oh, it's okay. If I fail this one, I can get another one. So that mindset is not right, you know. That is a wrong method.
That's the wrong method.
That's a wrong thinking and the wrong method. Let's say you are 2,000 down. So don't try to aim too big first. Let's say just take little victories first, like $500, $500, something like that. Then reset your account for the day, reset your account for the day. Then when you reach the initial balance, they take a little bit of rest and then start again. Otherwise, you will be very exhausted. You know, it's like you're running after the leader, like, you know, the rabbit race, something like that. You just get to the same place to him. Then you want to accelerate again. You have nothing left.
I love that. Yeah, no, definitely. You want to be able to come to the markets refreshed and with a clear mind and feel ready to go, not just burnt out.
Yeah, because chasing after the drawdown is already tiring, you know.
Definitely. I've been there.
And then trying to accelerate again towards the target, you go back even more.
Have good risk management, money management. Don't revenge trade. So if you're in drawdown, don't double down. Don't double down and add and try to get it back really quickly. That's the quicker way to just lose the account. right? And then once you do, you know, slowly build that your way out of drawdown, if that's where you're at, then take a break, take some time, you know, after you hit that, you know, reset, and just come back and maybe, you know, do some back testing, you know, check out what the mistakes you made, and then, you know, start fresh, start new. Does that sound about right?
Yes. Sometimes when you have too much line on the graph, just clear it. Just clear it and redo it again. And then see from the past, how does this pair move? You know, when does it break? When does it pull back again? You know, just the reference for the future for your next body. So I really hope everybody can be successful. I also hope I can keep going and, you know, reach my 7 figures in the future.
I believe in you, bro. I definitely think just stick to what you're doing, bro. It's impressive. I like it. It's refreshing to see a different style. Like, you know, I feel like I've seen so many different styles, and like they coexist, and a lot of, you know, strategies look similar, but everyone has their own style. And yeah, I believe you can do it. I appreciate you jumping on with me, and I wish you the best on your journey. And maybe we can have a part 2, you know, down the line, get some more funding and get fully allocated with us and get some big payouts.
I just got my 100K. I just bought it.
Nice. Yes.
So hopefully, yeah, that one will also success. And DM me, Kenta.
All right. Sounds good. He's on Calm Cool Trader on Instagram and on TikTok. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys hopping on. If you guys like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and show us some love in the comment section. And we'll see you in the next one.